And gentlemen, I'm joined by Honorable Daniel Molokeli. This is the MP for Hwange Central Constituency. Now, we just had a public meeting where we were discussing issues to do with the Community Development Fund for Hwange. I would like to give him this platform to talk about the agenda and the projects that have been submitted by the people of Hwange. At the same time, express his concerns or his pleasure with the turn-up of the people of Hwange for this particular meeting. Here's to you, sir.
Thank you so much. This fact that I had a public consultation meeting is a personal commitment. It's my own values and principles. It doesn't mean that Parliament of Zimbabwe is obligated me. So it's a point that I need to be very clear about, that don't expect the other 209 constituencies to do this model. It's my own personal model. And as a former civil society leader, I'm very comfortable with making decisions after engaging the community. So the public meeting is actually a culmination of a process that includes a WhatsApp group that has almost 500 local residents, where we've been having live sessions, asking people in that WhatsApp group to come up with ideas, and culminating today where we have a fiscal public meeting that will have minutes and records, and use that meeting to recommend to Parliament of Zimbabwe what they need is a low-cost but high-impact project. So today we're at a meeting at the St. Ignatius Primary School, which we have been publicizing for weeks now, and it was open to any local resident of the constituency. There was no restriction. We didn't even ask proof. We just said anyone who is a local resident. So the primary school here, the attendance, plus or minus 30 people came. I'm not unhappy with the attendance. In fact, I'm comfortable with the attendance because I know that this kind of meeting, there are type of people who want to come to those meetings, and I agree. And the good news is that those who came today, most of them were very outspoken, so they are able to speak on behalf of the community. And more importantly, almost 10 councillors came, including the chairman of the local board and the vice chairman of the local board. So there was a very good turnout of the councillors, and that also helped to give value to the meeting. The discussions were very robust, they were engaging. The meeting lasted longer than expected because people were very active and participating. So I'm happy with the kind of discussions and deliberations. I'm also happy with the outcome of the meeting, the decision-making process. Most of it was by consensus, but in some instances they were voting, and voting was open and democratic. So I'm a very happy and excited person. And I look forward, we now have a new CDF committee that was set up today, and I'm looking forward to working with it. And I look forward to the CDF having an impact in this community.
Thank you very much, Honorable, for your commitment to your work. We hope to meet again on such an interview where we can discuss further developments that you hope to do and achieve for this particular community. Out of this meeting, what other things do you have in your schedule for this particular community and for this year?
Okay, I've raised it in the WhatsApp group that for this year, the most important and urgent priority in terms of impact is the issue of the incorporation. So as I speak to you, I've put a question in Parliament for Wednesdays, where there's questions to notice, where I've asked the Minister of Local Government to explain to the community what happened to the committee that was appointed by the previous Minister, Honorable July Moy, about incorporation. So we want that committee to be revised or revived. And so the big story this year is to say, can we resolve this issue once and for all? Because those who attended the CDF meeting, they saw how it played out. There are some projects that when you want to do, you have to question whether the Hwange Colliery Company will be comfortable with it or the National Railways of Zimbabwe. So you will see that the constituency is now shifting from a rural-urban divide to a concession Hwange local board divide. And I've been very clear from the start when I joined the Parliament of Zimbabwe that I'm a strong supporter of incorporation. I don't want Hwange to remain under Hwange local board. I want Hwange to be a municipality. And it can only become a municipality if the other wards from the concession areas are incorporated. You know, we've got towns that are much smaller than Hwange that have got municipality status. The reason is because they don't count the wards in the concession areas. They only count those up the hill. So Whange is actually a local board because of that. But in terms of local government, it means the decision-making process are primitive or primary. It's like someone who's at a primary school, secondary school, high school, university, they don't have the same level. So if you are a city like City of Bulawayo, you've seen the mayor of Bulawayo, His Worship Honorable Kotat, going to Europe, going to Johannesburg. That's what a city does. Yes. But local board, you are considered as a child. You have to start from the basic. You can't just wake up and say, we have a twin partnership with a city in Germany. You are not a city, so sit down. So Whange is big enough to become even a city. We're still, our neighbor there, Victoria Falls, which is smaller than us, is already a city. So for Whange to grow as and move away from the dependence on the Hwange Colliery Company, on the coal, we need to grow into a commercial and industrial hub, even an education hub. So for tourism, for hospitality, and so on. So we need to go beyond the concessions. The concessions have outlived their usefulness. They've become an albatross on the community development agenda, because even the budget for devolution for local government, it does not consider the concession areas. So we need to move beyond that. And the ownership model, like here at number 1 Colliery, these houses belong to the company. Look at the quality and standard of these houses compared to those in Mpumalanga. The reason is ownership. How do you maintain a house that you already know does not belong to you? It belongs to the company. So I know when I came back to Zimbabwe, they were talking about an audit company that was asked to evaluate about 5,000 properties under the Hwange Colliery and to say, can we come up with a solution? That's another issue that will come in when we discuss the incorporation. Can the Hwange Colliery Company sell these houses? And if they are selling these houses, who are they selling them to? And that also addresses another big neck, the issue of the public toilets. Once the houses are sold, we will need to have each of these houses to have its own toilet. And we move away from being a high risk for cholera, for dysentery, and all other waterborne diseases. Because if you go inside here and see one of those public toilets, you will be surprised how people are surviving. Even during the epidemic that we had for COVID, I was freaking out. How we went through that, I don't know. Because these communal toilets, they are no longer good, even in terms of human dignity. They are no longer good. But who owns the toilets? It's not the community. They are owned by the what? By the company. The houses, it's not the community, by the company. So as MP, I'm totally opposed to the public toilets. They must all go. There must not be even one single public toilet. This model, it should go. It's a health risk. But it fits into the issue of incorporation, because the owner of these houses is a company. It's not a family, it's not one. Unlike across that other side. Have you seen a public toilet there, or a public bathroom? Everyone has got their own bathroom. So that's what should happen in the other side of Hwange. But the owner of the houses is not the person, it's the company. So these are tenants. It's different from where? Mpumalanga. Yeah, so that's the way forward.
Thank you very much, Honorable, for your time.
Yes.
We hope to engage you further on more discussions to do with the development of Hwange, and we'd like to wish you the very best in your endeavor as the MP for this phase up to the next election. Okay, joined here is Bryan Nyoni from Hwange TV. We hope that you will subscribe for further details about issues that affect Hwange as a whole and as a community, and issues that affect Zimbabwe. Thank you very much. Please subscribe.